Let's start with the kitchen sink.
Let's start with the kitchen sink. Hopefully our wonderful producers are going to put that video up on the screen. Elon Musk has arrived at Twitter's San Francisco offices.
Previously, Tesla unveiled the Optimus robot. However, not many people saw its potential, and on October 27th, some major news breaks.
Elon Musk has now completed his $44 billion deal to buy Twitter after months of legal battles, and he's changed his own Twitter title to Chief Twit. The company's chief executive is reported to be among a number of senior figures who've already been fired. Sources told US media they were escorted from the firm's headquarters. Mr. Musk just tweeted, "The bird is freed," to his 110 million followers.
When Elon Musk made a surprise entrance into Twitter this week, he was carrying a bathroom sink. "I'm in Twitter HQ, let that sink in," he said. It's been a long road to get here, an unbelievably topsy-turvy deal.
Here's how we got here. April 4th, a regulatory filing reveals that Elon Musk has rapidly become the largest Twitter shareholder. April 14th, in an SEC filing and accompanying tweet, Musk says he will buy out stockholders in a cash deal and take Twitter private. The offer, valued at $43 billion, is a 54% premium over the price in January. May 17th, after Musk and Twitter CEO Parag Agrawal have it out on Twitter, Musk tweets he won't proceed unless Twitter can prove bots are less than 5% of its users. July 8th, Elon Musk backs out of the deal, saying in a filing that Twitter made misleading representations over the bots issue. July 12th, Twitter sues Musk to force him to complete the deal. Musk countersues. October 4th, after a trove of Musk's inner circle texts are revealed in court filings, Musk revives his bid at the original offer price, potentially avoiding a courtroom fight. October 6th, the Delaware Chancery judge pauses the court case, giving the parties more time to complete a deal. An agreement is reached ahead of the deadline. Musk will own Twitter.
Officially, he said he was buying the company to create the Everything app called X, the details of which are still sketchy. So what does this deal mean for the future of Twitter? Well, it appears as though Mr. Musk is going to sweep aside Twitter's top executives, including its chief executive Parag Agrawal. It means Musk would be free to enact his vision of free speech. That may well mean that one Donald Trump, banned from Twitter after the Capitol Hill riots, will be invited back onto the platform. The controversial US president, though, now has his own social media platform, Truth Social, and has said he won't reactivate his account. We'll see.
Elon wasted no time in making the changes necessary to fix Twitter.
A new chapter has begun at Twitter, and for half the people who work there, they will not be part of it. They were let go today, finding out by email that they no longer have a job.
It's a Twitter bloodbath. Nearly 4,000 fired in one fell swoop. Half the global workforce.
3,700 workers being told, yeah, we don't need your services anymore. I mean, that's a lot of people. And you know what? They found out via email.
Via email is pretty cold, isn't it?
The firings by order of the world's richest man, Elon Musk.
Musk going nuclear. He has sealed the Twitter offices.
Many of the laid-off workers posted images of their locked company laptops. Their passwords no longer work. They are reacting on, where else, but Twitter. This sucks.
Your reaction to what's going on at Twitter?
Well, my reaction is that it's funny there's such a reaction. What he's saying is we're going to get down to this. We have a big job to do, and anyone who's not interested in working hard to do it is out. They can decide, you're in or you out. It makes a lot of sense. Twitter has been poorly run and non-profitable since it started, so he's trying to fix that.
Then, one company after another started to pull their advertisements from the Twitter platform.
So today, Elon Musk has once again been going viral on his own platform and others. This time, he's stirring a fight with none other than Apple. Now, Musk says Apple has halted most of its advertising on Twitter and asked the company, quote, if they hate free speech in America. He even appealed directly to Apple CEO, asking, what's going on here, Tim Cook? He also went on to accuse the company, well, threatening to remove the platform from its app store.
Then things got resolved as Elon Musk
met with Tim Cook yesterday, said the two had a good conversation and resolved their misunderstanding around the app store. Of course, he said that in a tweet.
Meanwhile, Tesla's stock drops below $200 a share.
Check out Tesla dropping below $200 a share for the first time since last May, and the chartmaster says the electric automaker could be due for even more losses.
This is probably not only one of the worst looking charts in the entire stock market, it's probably right now, one of the worst fundamental stories too.
Even analysts that were previously bullish on Tesla had a change of sentiment.
The big news today is that it was removed, the stock, from Wedbush's best ideas list, the firm calling the Twitter deal an albatross. Very, very interesting. Ives says that of Musk, he's essentially tarnished the Tesla stock story and is starting to potentially impact the Tesla brand with this ongoing Twitter train wreck disaster. Those are strong words from a very significant supporter of the stock.
Soon after, the stock hit a 2-year low.
There's the Tesla rebounding ever so slightly today. The stock is down roughly 25%. That's just for the month of November.
Take a look at what's happened to Tesla over the last 2 years. You talk about a roller coaster ride, because we're looking at shares now trading at a 2-year low, and that had a nice move. You know, it was sort of towards the middle to end of 2020 when you really start to see shares accelerate. Well, they've given all that up now. That brings up the question, why are shares under pressure? Well, a lot of it has to do with Elon Musk. In part, you've had the Tesla stock sales, which had to go to fund his acquisition of Twitter. And on top of that, if you look at what he has been tweeting and what he has been saying about Tesla, there really hasn't been much in the last month and a half. And as a result, there's no story to drive this stock. Look what's happened over the last 3 years, or the last 5 years, when you have the Model Y, the Model 3, the accelerating sales, the accelerating production. Let's talk about what they have on deck right now. Tell me what's next for Tesla.
All right, welcome to Sparks, Nevada, site of the Tesla Gigafactory and our Tesla semi-truck factory as well. So, yeah, I can't believe it's been 5 years. So we unveiled the Tesla Semi 5 years ago. It's been a lot that's happened since then, to say the least. So we're incredibly excited tonight to actually deliver our first production Tesla semi-trucks. People might wonder, why build a semi-truck? Because if you look at the actual unit volume, it's small compared to passenger vehicles. So for passenger vehicles, you know, there's on the order of like 15 million passenger vehicles and a couple 100,000 semi-trucks. So it seems like a small percentage, but it's actually 20% of US vehicle emissions, because you've got a huge vehicle and it's being driven all the time. So when you factor in the number of hours driven and the weight that it's carrying, it's actually, although it's only 1% of vehicle production, it's 20% of vehicle emissions. And it's over a third of all the particulate emissions. So from a sort of health standpoint, particularly in like cities, this is a huge impact, like it's gigantic. So, I mean, one of the things about a commercial truck is that the reliability has to be extremely high. So it's got to be running continuously, can't break down. It's got to handle every kind of weather. Uptime is super important for any kind of semi-truck. So we've tested durability in every kind of weather, every kind of environment. Yeah, I mean, what I find actually really wild about this is that you can basically pull 82,000 pounds at cruise using, and the only thing that's doing that is a tiny little motor on one axle.
It's about that big, about football size maybe.
Yeah, you can carry it. But it's just, I find it like amazing that this enormous thing can be pulled by something that you could carry in your hands. It's like, wow, that's power density.
So that truck's clocking it at 82. That's weighing 82,000 pounds. And when you see that pass shot again, you'll notice that speedometer is climbing. You know, we're going 6% and accelerating up that grade.
Because it's an electric drivetrain, when it goes downhill, you actually, or when you slow down, it recaptures the energy of motion or the energy of height. The potential and kinetic energy are largely recaptured. Whereas for a diesel truck, that's not possible. You can't just, create diesel. So you just end up heating brakes. And then your brakes overheat, and you can't use them. And then it's pretty dangerous because the brakes stop working.
Yeah, that's why you have runaway truck ramps.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, so if for any of you that have ever driven I-80 and driven Donner, there's a mandatory brake check stop for trucks down by Emigrant Gap. We've done this, and it's really funny because we'll go over the grade, we'll come down, and we just kind of pull to the side, and we're like, well, there's nothing to check. We've never used the things, and we just keep driving. Yeah.
Yeah. And we get to the bottom of the hill, we have cold brakes.
Yeah.
That's like mind-blowing in the trucking world. So it's like insane, basically.
So we talk power. You want to talk efficiency?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, some people out there say it can't be done. I don't know who might say that, but I've heard rumors.
With Bill Gates casting doubt on Tesla's plan to get into long-haul trucking.
What about commercial trucks? Is this a viable idea for them?
No, I don't think so.
And we just did it. It's been a long journey, a long 5 years, but this is going to really revolutionize the roads, and I think make the world a better place in a meaningful way. So thank you for your support through all the years.
So what was the media reaction following the semi-truck event? Positive, negative, or nothing to see here, and raise the alarm on Tesla's stock price?
Seems to be ongoing now that CEO Elon Musk is in self-administered Twitter purgatory. He needs to use his Tesla shares as a piggy bank right when the company is being raided by softer Chinese sales.
As the stock dropped, Elon's stock sales associated with buying Twitter only accelerated its decline.
Elon Musk revealing in an SEC filing he recently sold another 22 million shares of Tesla, valued at about $3.5 billion.
Tesla is still one of the index's worst performers so far this week, down almost 12%. CEO Elon Musk dumping almost $3.6 billion worth of stock this week. And our next guest predicts more trouble ahead. Danny Moses of The Big Short fame is founder of Moses Ventures. He is shorting Tesla. Still, not enough for you.
Not enough yet. No, not enough.
Analysts missing the mark on Tesla. Where have we heard this before?
I do think that a lot of the retail investors actually have deeper and more accurate insights than many of the big institutional investors, and certainly better insights than many of the analysts.
To further hammer the point home, here's how much can change over the course of 1 week.
Let's bring in Colin Rush from Oppenheimer. He downgraded Tesla on Twitter-related risks after naming it a top pick for 2023 just last week.
Then, Tesla hits a 52-week low.
Well, let's take a look at where Tesla shares are trading this morning. A slight pop there, a move in the stock's month-long decline as CEO Elon Musk deals with unhappy shareholders and at the same time navigates his path at Twitter.
As Tesla stock continued to drop, there was some more news regarding Twitter.
All right, we are tracking this as it unfolds right now. This hour, Elon Musk taking to his keyboard in a flurry of tweets, the drama surrounding the world's second richest man and the social media company he purchased for $44 billion continues tonight. So Elon Musk tweeted out this new poll less than an hour ago asking if he should step down as head of Twitter. He says he will abide by the results of this poll.
57% of Twitter users now voting for billionaire and Twitter CEO Elon Musk to step down as the head of the social media platform. Musk released a poll on Sunday on his account asking his 122 million Twitter followers on whether he should step down as CEO. He vowed to abide by the results. However, it is unclear who will replace Musk and when exactly he would step down now that those results are in. The poll coming in after months of controversy since he bought the social media platform for $44 billion. That was in October.
Meanwhile, the stock price went, yep, you guessed it.
Right now, it hits another new low. The market cap has fallen now below Walmart and JP Morgan. That's stunning in and of itself. If you consider where it started this year, Joe, it was north of $1.2 trillion. Okay? Now, it is, as I look at it now, it is like $355 billion.
In 4 separate stock sales, Elon Musk has sold $23 billion worth of stock. Now, he's tried to defend the stock. He has split the stock. He has dangled a stock buyback. He has said he will no longer be the CEO of Twitter. He's attempted everything he possibly can. What he cannot do is he cannot defend against the massive ownership that existed in this company And unfortunately for those that do own it, the cost of capital has changed so dynamically that ownership is being liquidated in what I think is one of the most dramatic equity liquidations I've witnessed since 2000.
So while everyone was panicking around short-term noise, how was Tesla, the company, doing? I mean, was anyone talking about the fundamental metrics of the company?
That when you look at the metrics behind the profits and losses and manufacturing and production from Tesla, there's no indication that the company is slowing down. Take a look at this. Revenue this year up 579% compared to 2021. EBITDA up 167%. Deliveries up 45%. Just a hair under their guidance, if you will, their rough guidance of increasing deliveries on an annual basis by at least 50%. And then in terms of its market share, at least here in the United States, they're still king of the hill. Roughly 2 out of every 3 electric vehicles sold in this country are Tesla models, and that's not going to change anytime soon.
So while some people got faked out by the short-term drama, Tesla had one of their best years ever. To review the year, here's Elon.
Just going through a 22 recap, it was our best year ever on every level. We delivered over 1.3 million cars and achieved a 17% operating margin, the highest among any volume car maker. While doing so, we generated $12.5 billion in net income and $7.5 billion in free cash flow. Importantly, the Tesla team achieved these records despite the fact that 2022 was an incredibly challenging year due to forced shutdowns, very high interest rates, and many delivery challenges. So it's worth noting that all these records were in the face of massive difficulties. A credit to the team for achieving that. In conclusion, we are taking a view that we want to keep making and selling as many cars as we can. We believe we can keep pushing for strong volume growth while retaining the industry's best operating margins. As we mentioned many times before, we want to be the best manufacturer. Really, manufacturing technology will be our most important long-term strength. And lastly, I want to once again thank all of our employees for delivering another record-breaking year. Congratulations, guys.
In the next episode, Tesla unveiled their strategy to halve the cost of their next generation vehicle and make major announcements on multiple factories. Finally, a big thank you to all Patreon members and Ice Lake Investments for making this documentary series possible. And remember, all content is for educational and entertainment purposes and not financial advice. So till next time, I'll catch you guys soon.